Hi guys, Ranjit, and this is going to be a different kind of a video. This is I plan to do this weekly talks. If you recall, on my original Geeky Ranjit channel about 6-7 years ago, I used to post every week or odd week weekly talks about some weird topic. So I thought, why not do this on this channel? And many of you have been asking me about this question: how to buy expensive gadgets, expensive vehicles? How do I go about it? So let me share my personal experience, some of the mistakes that I have done earlier, and what you should ideally do. And I am very comfortable when I'm just riding the bike, so I'll be just riding the bike and talking about the same. So let's do this. So hi guys, I'm on the bike, and the time is wrong, guys. It's about 5:40. I think this tram guys messed with the clock. I'll set that later. Anyways, okay, in this video I wanted to actually talk about a topic that was in my mind for quite some time, and many of you have been actually asking this on and off, not only on this Geeky Ranjit Rides channel but even on my main channel, and this is close to my heart. So let me talk about it. Buying expensive gadgets or bikes and cars, how do you go about it? And these days, guys, let me talk about this one. We are getting a lot of what do you say, stuff on what do you say, EMIs and loans very easily now. Unlike a couple of years ago, it's become very easy. Even car finance and bike finance has become very easy. But I would say don't do that. Okay, first let me talk about, there is a certain scenario of people. Let's talk about bikes first, then I'll come to gadgets like smartphone, etc. Because I've seen a lot of people buying smartphones, etc. also on EMI and all those things. Very common it has become now. Okay, first let's talk about, yes, there is a segment of users who should actually take advantage of this one. Let's say it's a bike or something. I understand a bike is sort of a necessity or something, but again, guys, remember, what is a necessity and what is a want? You have to define. I would say if it's your first bike, only mode of transport or something, you can go for a scooter like Activa or whatever, take a loan for that, or even a bike. These days you can get some pretty good bikes about 125cc, 140cc under 1.5 lakh. If that is the case, you can go for a loan. I would say that makes sense, because bike is a mode of transport and that will help you in furthering your career or doing your job or whatever. So that's a necessity. So this is a necessity. But again, people differentiate between necessity and wants. Let's say you're taking just a loan to buy that 350cc or a 400cc bike. No, that's not a necessity, that's a want. So define that very clearly. What is a necessity, what's a want? Because wants are never ending, guys. And I'll actually give you my personal experience and examples. I'm not just bluffing around. I have delayed gratification for a couple of years, and that's why now in my career, I'm like 44, I'm a lot better. I have sacrificed a lot of things. I didn't buy a lot of things when I was young. I could have. So again, necessity, yes, you can go, okay, that bike you wanted, okay, 125, 150cc, yes, go for a loan, take it, it's a necessity. But again, don't go for bigger bikes or bigger cars or whatever just like that, because it's a want, guys. So differentiate between needs and wants and desires. Your desires will be never ending, and I've seen people getting into that practice of getting inside loans and loans and loans, and you get trapped because of that. That's a vicious. And let's say you want to change your job also, you're not liking it or something like that, but you simply cannot, because you have a pile up of EMIs, your bike loan, but this loan, that loan, that every month have to go. So you become a slave, and that's not a very good position. Trust me, I've been there. It's not a good position to be there. I've seen even this now. If we talk about smartphones, I've seen people buying smartphones above a lakh. The new iPhones Pro series, 130, 140, just because you're getting it on EMI or whatever. For me, again, this is a want and a desire. For me, I test a ton and tons of smartphones, guys, so I have experience across the whole breadth of smartphones, and I would frankly say you can get a very, very good smartphone in India now between 15 to 20,000, and that will do 95% of the job. So if you are going above that price point, it's not a need, guys. It's a desire or a want. Be very careful about these two words: need, your desires and wants. So in smartphone, if you're on a very tight budget, okay, you need the job to be done, you cannot afford even a 15 or 20,000 rupees smartphone, yeah, go for EMI. But above that, I will not go for an EMI. Even for, let's say, if you want to buy an expensive bike or expensive smartphone, always, okay, some financial gurus will tell me this is wrong, but I'll give you my personal experience, guys. Always pay full upfront. Only if you are very comfortable paying the full amount without any hesitation, then you can afford that product. Simple as that. Don't cheat yourself. Oh, I can just get it on EMI, no cost EMI, and I'll pay it in the next 2 years. That means you're not comfortable paying the full price of that product. And this is very bad for smartphones. Yeah, what is the life of the smartphone? Bikes and something I can understand, 5-6 years easily you'll keep it. But for smartphones, people are buying it on EMIs for 2 years. Does not make sense, man. Simply does not make sense. So even let's say it's a bigger bike that you're planning to buy or whatever, buy it only when you are fully comfortable paying the full amount directly without any loan or EMI. If you're not, then that bike you simply cannot afford it right now, and start working on saving that. I'm not telling you not to buy it, you have to work for it. I'll give you my personal example. Okay, we have to go back into a little bit of history. I started working, I'm 44 and a half, I'll be 45 soon. I actually started working when I was 18 and a half years. So what is it now? More than 26 years I've been working. Okay, and in my early years, I simply did not buy a lot of... I did make a mistake. And believe me, even before YouTube, I was well-to-do off. I used to do a lot of computer programming, and I was good. I had US clients. I used to be paid in dollars. So it was not like, okay. In fact, in 2006, I did a mistake. In fact, I had 2 cars. Even in 2016, I had Alto and Maruti Swift, if I recall. I never liked the Swift. Too much of hype. Never liked that car. So in 2006, when the Honda Civic came out, I immediately went and bought it. And I took a loan for that. I think so it was 12 or 13 lakhs. I don't remember. 13, 14. I don't exactly remember. But whatever. I had 50% of the money ready. So I paid 50% down and took the 50% loan, and instantly I got the loan within a day because of my finance history or whatever, credit history. Okay, fine, everybody takes loan, big deal. But what happened was, in 2008, actually that Lehman Brothers collapse or whatever happened, and as I've told you, most of my clients were US based. So I lost 90% of my clients. Okay, so suddenly that huge chunk of money that I used to get every month just suddenly dried. Okay, and then that EMI, I don't recall how much it was, about 30,000 or whatever for the Civic that I was paying, 35, I don't recall, started pinching me. So that day I decided, okay, these are like wants, not your desires, not needs. And expensive products like cars, etc., I will only buy if I can fully pay it. In fact, again, when I was about 37 and a half or something, I don't recall, yeah, around 37ish, I think so, I had a big desire to buy the BMW 3 Series again. Been a car guy always, and I had about what 18-19 lakhs there I had saved up for this one. And I just checked with the bankers, and they immediately told, like, yeah, within that day only, no problem sir, rest of this easily we'll finance you. And I was just about to buy it, but just I remembered that time that I had when I had the Civic. Suddenly my funds dried up, so I decided to postpone my desire, and instead of just buying that car, I postponed it. I finally purchased the BMW when I was 42. So if you see, I delayed that desire of mine. And in fact, what I did with that money, whatever I had lying around, I had invested that. I am actually, guys, I've been a lazy investor in the stock market and mutual fund for the past 22 years. And you don't see these returns with the stock market or whatever in 10-12 years also. Only after a certain point of time, oh my god, you start seeing the returns. So again, I put that money back into some funds, a couple of funds. And in fact, trust me guys, after that in that 5 years or whatever, the BMW that I purchased when I was 42, I didn't have to take a loan, I didn't have to do anything. I outright actually paid for that. So that's how I go about, what do you say, big purchases. Those are not needs, those are desires. And yes, expensive bikes, expensive cars come into it. And guys, this is a very important thing. If you can delay your desires, that gives you a lot of control over a lot of things. So learn that habit. Eventually it will be very difficult to do it when you're young, because everybody is buying fancy stuff. Your friends must be buying, like, okay, anything on EMI, the new culture that we have, buying everything on loans. But you'll appreciate me after a couple of years, guys. So now, anything, whatever product it is, any product it is, any bike it is, for example this Triumph also, I paid the full amount, no loan, nothing. Yes, I delayed my desires of expensive bikes, expensive what do you say, cars later on. I worked for it, I saved for it. It was not like I was not saving for them. Okay, so learn to do that. And you might ask, okay, why not loans? I would say you can take loans, as I've told you, if it's a necessity, and you can also take loans for these two things. These two things are the exception. If it's for your education, definitely you can take a loan, because if you are really into it, you'll make you are taking that loan, you go to a good university or whatever, learn, you'll make 50 times of that loan if you're good. So education loan is a positive loan, I would say. Second loan also you can go about is if you're buying a house or something. That's very difficult to pay, and house over a time is an asset, it appreciates in value. So these are the two items I would say yes, you can take loans for. Apart from that, expensive bikes, expensive car, expensive gadgets, no my friend, no. Buy it only when you can pay it in full, and after paying, and you can just, after paying that full amount, it doesn't hit you. Okay, if that's the case, then you can afford it. Yes, you're delaying gratification, but that's how I go about it, and you get even self-control because of that. I hope it makes sense. In fact guys, this is a thing that I noticed. In fact, on my main channel Geeky Ranjit, I review a lot of gadgets and stuff. In fact, HDFC approached me a couple of months back, and they wanted to do a sponsorship for, what do you say, gadget loans, and I flatly denied them. I could have made several lakhs because of that sponsorship, but I just felt it was not right to encourage my end users to take loans to buy gadgets or smartphones. I told the HDFC guys, if it's for education and home loan, I'll be ready to do the sponsorship. Never heard back. So yeah, so the thing is, many people ask me, how do you buy expensive gadgets, expensive products? I follow this rule. I delay that gratification, and whatever like EMI or whatever I had to actually pay for that BMW, I started investing that money. I used whatever you can do that way. After a couple of years, in fact, I could just outright pay for it. In fact, due to the investments that I did in some of those funds, in fact, I had to be frank, I didn't pay actually that much from my pocket to that BMW. But again, yeah, I delayed that gratification of getting that car for almost 4.5 years, man. So I hope this video makes sense. I'm just sharing my personal experience with you guys, some of the mistakes that I've done, what I've learned. These are real life things that nobody actually in our Indian education system, nobody teaches you the basics of money and how to go about it. And these days these banks etc are just exploiting us, like the US economy. The US economy, everything you buy on EMIs, they're always in loans and debt, and it's a very bad position to be in, guys, trust me. But anyways, oh my god, why do we have a charm here? But anyways, guys, what do you feel about this video? Again, I have some other touching topics also that I have in my mind. Let me know, what do you feel? Should I make videos on that or not? If you liked it, hit that like button, and if you are still not subscribed to this channel, this is my new channel, hit that subscribe button. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and hope to catch you in my next video. Bye bye.